Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunya Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivara Dari Jaya Girivara Dari. Yasodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yamunadira Vandachari Jaya Kunya Bihari Yamunadira Vandachari Jaya Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunya Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunya Bihari.
Hare Krishna. Welcome on ISKCON Amsterdam Sunday Feast. Today we have the honor to have a lecture by His Holiness Bhakti Prabhava Swami from Belgium. He was born in Belgium in 1960, met devotees in Ghent in 1992, and then till 1996 he was active in Namhutta preaching, and he joined the Radhadesh temple in 1996. In 1994 he met His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami, who accepted him as his disciple and gave him first initiation on 12 March 1998 and second initiation on 25 August of 1999. And on the 31st of May 2015, so almost 10 years ago, he was awarded sannyas initiation by His Holiness Bhakti Swami. Right after his first initiation, he became Right after his first initiation, he became the first secretary for the newly formed European RGB. He organized the first European Leaders Meeting, ELM, and went on several missions for the European RGB. And in 2004, he was requested to become the secretary for the global GBC body, our general body of commissioners, and the secretary for the GBC executive committee. So since 2004, he traveled each year for a few months with His Holiness Prabhava Swami as his assistant in various East European countries. Let me see, there's a lot. He studied at the University of Wales from 2004 to 2016 and earned an MA and a PhD in the study of religion in June 2016. Also graduated for studies in Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav and Bhakti Vedanta from 2001 to 2011. And since 2012 he is serving as Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav teacher, conducting on-site and online teaching programs for the College of Vedic Studies. Bhakti Prabhava Swami has been preaching internationally since 1996, presenting seminars and lectures in Belgium and in other countries when invited. So it has been a few years before he was the last time in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. So we are very happy that he is here now. Please give him a big Haribol!
Hare Krishna. Ik ben zeer blij om met jullie te zijn. I'm very happy to be with you. So, before we start, I would like to start with some prayers to the spiritual master. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Shanansala Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Chit Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swamrapakadamyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shiro Shriyoda Padakamalam Shiram Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Jagajatam Saganaraganatam Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Saitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalita Shivishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Bandhu Jatpate Gopesha Gopka Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwe Vrishabhanu Sutadeve Panamama Haripriye Vankha Kalptabhisha Kripa Sindhavisa Patnam Bhavanibhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tidamini. Namaste Saraswata Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nirvashesha Sunyavadi Paskachari Desatarana Srila Prabhupada Ki. So the Vijay Prabhu told me that he remembered that last time I was here was with the children Ratha Yatra 2019. Yeah, 25 now. So my next visit will be in 2030. Krishna will. Anyway, we will speak on Bhagavad Gita. Hear the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So before we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, we glorify the speaker of Bhagavad Gita. Who is the speaker of Bhagavad Gita? Krishna. Krishna is also called Vasudev. What does Vasudev mean? Nobody knows Vasudev? No? Nobody knows Vasudev? Is this a tricky question? Vasudev. Vasudev is another name of Krishna. It has different meanings. Yes, Vijay, you know? The Lord of the wrestles? Wrestle, no. No. Vasudev means the son of Vasudev. Who is Vasudev? Krishna's father. Who was his mother? Devaki. Okay. So that's the meaning of Vasudev. But Vasudev has also another meaning. Means the all-pervading. Krishna is not like us. He's all-pervading. He's in every atom. And between every atom. Therefore we glorify Lord Krishna with the following words before we read Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I will read a verse from the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Someone read here Bhagavad Gita? No? No? Interesting book to read. I really recommend it if you didn't read it. I will read from the second chapter. Who knows what's the title of the second chapter? Yes? Sankhya Yoga. Well, that's the Sanskrit name that Prabhupada gives it the name Contents of the Gita Summarized. But Sankhya Yoga, or Sankhya, are the verses from 2:11 till 2:30. All the characteristics of the soul. Very interesting. Yes. Good. 270. Nearly the last verse. These microphones in ISKCON are very special. They are always bowing down. You have also to bow down. Become humble. Then we try to keep it up. So 270, Krishna gives the characteristics of one who is spiritually advanced. That especially is internal experience. In the previous verses, before the verse 70, Krishna gives different qualities or symptoms of a devotee that we need to develop to get that realization. 270 is a special verse. Most verses of Bhagavad Gita are Anustup, 8 syllables, but this has more syllables. It's a different meter. But yeah, anyway, we don't have it on the board. No, that's okay. I will chant it for you. Apoyamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti advat tatvat kamayat pravishanti sarve sasantim apnoti nakami kami. So that's beautiful. So Bhagavad Gita is only verses, very poetic. Bhagavad Gita, what does Gita mean? Song. Song of Bhagavan, the song of God. The words spoken by Krishna. And he speaks all this transcendental knowledge in perfect verses. Apoyamanam achala pratishtam samudranapa pavishanti advat tatvat kamayam pavishanti sarve jasantim apnoti nakami kami. Just hearing this sound vibration brings you on the path of liberation, just hearing it. According to the Vedas, if you mean something, you have to do it 3 times. So I'm chanting it a 3rd time. Apoyamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pavishanti advat tatvat kamayam pavishanti sarve sasantim apnoti nakami kami. Now we will hear the word for word translation, unless you all know Sanskrit. No, who knows Sanskrit? No. Okay, we'll have to translate. Good. Please repeat. Apoyamanam. Always being filled. Achala pratishtam. Steadily situated. Samudram. The ocean. What is ocean in Sanskrit? Samudram. That's one of the words for ocean, samudram. That apaha. Waters. Pravishanti. Enter. So what enters in the samudra? Waters. Rivers, yeah, waters. That. Okay. That's pravishanti means pravishanti. Enter. Yadvat. As. Tatvat. So. Kamaha. Desires. Yam. Unto whom? Pravishanti. So, pravishanti. Enter. So the verse says, water of rivers are entering the ocean, sometimes with great force. In the same way, karma, desires, come into our mind with great force. Okay, we get that point? There's a comparison. Then, yam, unto whom pravishanti, enter, sarve, all, saha, that person, chantim, peace, apnoti, achieves, na, not, kama kame, one who desires to fulfill desires. Now we will hear the translation and the purport by Abhaicharavindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So it's bow down again. Up. Hare Krishna. We will hear the translation now. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enters like river into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not a man who strives to satisfy such desires. So the comparison here is the rivers enter the ocean with great force, but the ocean remains peaceful, undisturbed by the rivers entering into it. So an advanced spiritualist, desires may come into his mind, but he neglects these desires. He doesn't fulfill them. And he remains peaceful like the ocean. Do we get the point? Okay. Now we will hear the commentary by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Commentary is more important than the verses. The verse is nice to hear, but what does it practical mean in our lives? That's explained in the commentary. Therefore you need the book and the commentary to understand the verse. The commentary is being written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He did not invent the commentary. He just repeated the commentary of his previous spiritual masters. So, it's very important to understand. Good. We will hear. Although the vast ocean is always filled with water, it is also, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the brink of beyond the limit of its brink. That is also true for a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. What does Krishna consciousness mean? Conscious of what? Krishna. One who always thinks of Krishna. That this whole creation, who is Krishna? Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sakshit Ananda Vihra, Anadi Adya Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. This from Brahma Samhita described Krishna. Brahma describes Krishna. Krishna is eternal, is full of knowledge, and always blissful, Ananda. Satchidananda, Vihra. In Ishvara Ishvara is the controller of everything. That is controlling your body right now. Is in your heart. Krishna says, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Riti Sarina Tishtati. I'm seated in the heart of all living entities. Brahmayam Samabhutani Yantara Yodani Maya. I'm sitting in the heart and I'm controlling everyone's body. That it controls our heartbeat. That it organizes our digestion. Nice to have a friend who does that. If it doesn't organize your digestion, what's going to happen? It's not good. Krishna says, Ishvara Sarva. Sarvasya Saridisha Nifishta Mata Shmita Yanam. I'm sitting in everyone's heart. For me comes remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. Whatever you remember, forget. Oh, yeah. It's all to Krishna. Whatever knowledge you have. That you can go to your students can go to their exam, studied always nice, but then the exam come, they have a blackout. It's just up to Krishna. We are not in control. That so yes, a person fixed in Krishna consciousness is always conscious. Krishna does everything. Without the mercy of Krishna, I cannot do anything. So, a person in Krishna consciousness, as long as one has a material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. You must eat, no problem. You cannot say, I'm not going to the toilet anymore. No. That we must fulfill the demands of the body. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. A Krishna-conscious man is not in need of anything because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like waters of the rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities, and he is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna-conscious man. One who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present. Because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, he can remain steady like the ocean, therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who want to fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But a person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation for the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are in perfect peace. Krishna says in a later verse, without peace, no happiness. First you must have peace, and then happiness can come. So Krishna speaks here about material desires. And the desires, they come up into the mind. Where do desires come from? Someone can tell me? Where do desires come from? The mind, they come up into the mind. And how do they come into the mind? Mind to the senses, sense perception, possible, yeah. You see something, Krishna speaks about that a few verses before. He said, Dayate Vishyapum Sam Sangastes Vajayate Sangha Sanyate Kama Kamakroda Vijayate Kroda Bhavati Sama, and so further. Says, this desire starts with Dayate, Krishna says. Dayate means meditation. The mind meditates on it. All the advertisement companies, they know that. Get everyone to meditate on so many objects of the senses that they bombard you every moment. Buy this new mobile phone that, oh yeah, you will not be happy. Or you must have this car, that, or that house. So many things. Dayate Visaya Pumsam. Pumsa, the living entity, on the Visaya, the object of the senses, meditates and become attached and takes, and then the desire comes up into the mind, and the person says, yes, I must have it, or I'm not going to be happy. So, Dayate Vishyapam Sangaste Subhajayate Sanya Sanyate Kama. Kama comes, desires, develop by meditation. And then expectations for enjoyment arise into the mind. That now I'm going to enjoy. Are all your desires always fulfilled? No? What's the problem? Why not? Why not? Won't last. Mostly when the enjoyment comes, it's not what is expected. It's not what it is expected. It's too short. Too short, mainly. And it doesn't solve the problem, really. Because you want more and more and more. That's what Krishna says about lust. That avitam jnanam etena, jnanina nityavarna, kamarupena kauntya, duspurananalena cha, Krishna says. Krishna says this lust, avitam, covers your intelligence, spiritual intelligence, internal intelligence, jnanam etena. We forget who we are. We get out of touch with our real self. We start to identify with the body. Because this karma, these desires, is it for the soul or for the body, these desires? No, it's for the body and the mind. And that, but anyway, back to our question, where come desires from? And we had one proposal, which Krishna also confirms, it's one of the ways where desires come from, is we develop them by meditation, and maybe in many lifetimes we have developed these desires. And what is a characteristic of a material desire? Krishna says, Duspuranana lenacha. A material desire you can never satisfy. You cannot satisfy a material desire. They did a survey for billionaires. They had all 1 billion. You can say 1 billion euro, $1 billion. It's not the same anymore, but anyway. And they asked all these billionaires, what do you want? They gave all the same answer. They had all $1 billion. They said, we want $2 billion. All the same. You are never satisfied. You want more, more, more. And the more you have, the more you become disturbed in mind by these desires. That's one way. But it's certainly not the only way where desires come from. Suppose in your previous life, you had so many material desires. So a characteristic of a material desire is you can never fulfill it. That's the problem with material desires. You want always more and more. And when it's not fulfilled, you become angry, Krishna says. And then you become angry, you lose your intelligence, you lose your memory, you lose your intelligence because you completely identify with the body. The soul has no message on it. The soul wants only Ananda, not these material things. A spirit soul you cannot satisfy with something material. In our inner self, what do we want all? Is it very difficult? We want to love and be loved. That's what we want. Do we obtain that by exploiting matter in this world? No. That's what Krishna explains here. You will never be peaceful until you get that love. Until that love is directed toward Krishna, it's all cheating. That, like a young boy and a young girl, I love you. Love from the first sight. 3 years later, I hate you! It goes from one point to another. We had so many relationships in so many lifetimes. What happened with it? If I show you a picture, in your previous life you were a woman. I show you a picture with your 10 sons in your previous life. What will it say to you? Nothing. It's all gone. But there is one relationship which is eternal. It's our relationship with Krishna. It's in our heart. He came with us, telling us, don't lose your time. Don't lose your time in this world by passing stool. That is, yeah. Anyway, quite graphic. But we come back to our point that we want to learn. It means in our previous lives we have got so many material desires, and none of them was fulfilled. We forgot them, but Krishna did not forget. He's in our heart. And these material desires of previous life, they are still in our subtle body, because our subtle body goes from one body to another body. Liberation means giving up this subtle body also, not a simple task. As long as a subtle body is full of these material desires, you take birth after birth after birth after birth. So Krishna is in our heart. And he knows, in his previous life, he has wanted to fulfill these desires. So they are in our subtle body in the form of samskaras, impressions of previous lives. In psychology, they call it the subconsciousness. It's another name. But they are there. And Krishna, the only thing that he does, he picks such a material desire and put it in our mind. Now, there are two reactions. And because Krishna, in this verse, explains the essential difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul. What's the difference? An advanced devotee has realized, I'm not this mind. The mind is an instrument I must use. I must control the mind. Yoga means controlling the mind. By thinking of Krishna, controlling the mind. And engage the mind in Krishna's service. The mind engages the senses in Krishna's service. And that. But the conditioned soul thinks I'm my thinking, feeling, willing. I'm the mind. Most people think. There are even philosophers who say, I think, so I am. But Krishna says no. That on the spiritual platform we have our spiritual body, which is now still there but inactive. And there we have our own thinking, feeling and willing. But we lost it. We lost it. Because the spiritual body you cannot use for material purposes. Only for spiritual activities. And for that purpose, Krishna has given us a subtle and a gross body. And the subtle body means manas, mind, buddhi, intelligence. And the third one, ahankar. Ahankar is a product of a polluted mind and intelligence. The mind who thinks, I'm this body. And intelligence is misused to fulfill the lusty desires in the mind. That, yes? And that, so that is... So Krishna puts sometimes such a material desire in our previous life, from our previous life, into our mind. And it looks... This is a material desire from his previous life. What is he going to do with this material desire? There are two reactions. At one side, the devotee or the liberated person. At the other side, the conditioned soul. What's described in this verse is the devotee who is advanced. He sees that material desire and he looks at it. He observes. Observing the mind. You must realize that you are not a mind. Otherwise you cannot observe. You identify with it. That's the first thing. We are not a mind. The mind is an instrument to be used by the intelligence. And the intelligence has to be guided by the soul, Krishna says. But many times, so I first tell the story of the devotee. The devotee sees the material desire and studies. And look, what kind of desire is that? Oh, that's a material desire. That's a material desire to give pleasure to the body, which I'm not. And Krishna says, if I try to fulfill that material desire, what is going to happen? 5:22 Bhagavad Gita. Ye samsvasyabhga dukkha yonya evate atyanta fante kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. The learned sages have said that if you try to fulfill a material desire, then to get pleasure, the result will be suffering. So this enjoying in this world is not gratis. You have to pay for it, Krishna says, with suffering. Why are we suffering? Because we try to enjoy the body. Immediately the devotee remembers Krishna's instructions. That's a material desire. I don't want this. I'm going to suffer. I only want desires for serving Krishna. If desires cannot be used for that, I don't want it. I don't want to suffer. And he neglects it. He said, I don't do it. And then the desire disappears forever. But the conditioned soul is different. That desire pops up into the mind. And like most people think, yes, that feels good. That it thinks that, yes, I'm the mind, so that's my desire. He grabs the desire and says, and he thinks, this time it will work, I will become happy. But no. Dayate visyapum sangha te bhajayate sanyate kama koda vijayate. The same thing. The same thing. He becomes frustrated again. That someone likes pizza here. Yeah? Vegetarian pizza, no. Prasadam pizza. How long does it take to eat a pizza? 10 minutes. And after that? Until the hunger is gone, right? Until the pain is gone. That's material pleasure. We think that's the pleasure of life. But no, absence of pain is not pleasure. Real pleasure never stops. That's spiritual pleasure. And to get that spiritual pleasure, first you must attain peace. But then the question is, there's much more to say on this verse, because desires can come also from other sources, not only from meditation, not only from previous life that Krishna plucks it and put it in our mind. It can also just come from the environment. If you go, I remember when I'm from Belgium, and I never wanted to come to Amsterdam in my youth, in the 60s, 70s, 80s. No. That I was saying, oh, you hear about all these drugs and these hippies there. I never came. First time I came to Amsterdam was to the temple in Amsterdam. Because that was another reason to come to Amsterdam. But yes, if you are in an environment of drug addicts, or you're in the environment of people who speaks only about sex and enjoyment, these desires will develop in you by association. But whatever source, that the lesson here is, don't identify with the mind. But that's not an easy thing. We see many people, when they are addicted to smoking, to drinking, is it difficult to give up? It's very difficult to give up these addictions. It means that the mind controls the intelligence, overcomes the intelligence, and forces you to do these things. That's addiction. It's very severe. So first you must give up these addictions, and then have a spiritual practice. And after many years of practice, you start to realize, I'm not the mind. And you start to get some control over the mind. Without spiritual practice, you cannot control the mind. So in the previous verses, Krishna explains all things what we have to do. still 10 minutes. I try to explain a few of these aspects, but this is a big topic, controlling the mind. And that, but in the previous verse, it says, what for the self-realized sages, what is night is daytime for the common people, and what's daytime for the common people is night for the introspective sage. In '92, because which I have mentioned that I joined in Ghent, and we had a Namhata in Ghent, an ashram. There were only two devotees, Bhakti, Paul and me. And it was summer, '92 summer. In Belgium we have also summer. That I don't know here, but sometimes now it's getting warmer. But at the end of the 80s, 90s, summer meant 20 degrees Fahrenheit and a few hours sun. That was our summer. But we were in the middle of the city of Ghent. And at 4 o'clock we were getting up and we pushed open the window. We are in the middle of the city. At the other side there was a nightclub. We pulled open the windows, and at the other side they opened the door of the nightclub. They opened the door, and first a lot of people came out. Before the people, a lot of smoke came out. And then some people came out who were walking not very straight. They were going to sleep. We were getting up. Different lifestyle. That's the first thing you have to do, is take up a different lifestyle. Krishna speaks a lifestyle in goodness. That will help you to control the mind. Goodness means very clean. You get up, you take a shower every day, fresh, clean clothes every day. That then we purify ourselves by greeting the deities, honoring the spiritual master, chanting Krishna's holy name. That's the medicine for the mad mind. Just hearing these transcendental vibrations. Another medicine is hearing the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita every day will help you to improve the quality of your life. Hearing Bhagavad Gita is Krishna speaking. That you can verify everything he says. Krishna says, one who takes birth has to die. Only Hindus die and take birth. Krishna says your body changes from boyhood to youth to adult, old age, and you leave the body. Only Hindus' bodies change. That the Christians, they are not changing their body. They are not taking birth. They are not dying. No. This is universal knowledge. You can verify it. That, and if you apply this knowledge, you will become more peaceful. That's one way. But Krishna says also, to control the mind, in 264 he says that, you must follow the regulative principles of freedom to control the mind. Regulative principles of freedom. Many people, they say, these Hare Krishnas, they are poor people. They cannot drink alcohol. They cannot eat meat. That they cannot do all these things. No illicit sex. That poor people, they are controlled by a guru who tells them all these things. But Krishna says, regulative principles of freedom. Unless you do these things, you cannot control the mind. You will remain a slave of the mind. And be pushed by all these material desires. And you will have no choice to obey to your own contaminated mind. But the devotee, he does not do these sinful activities. These are sinful activities because they contaminate the mind with lust. Lust, Krishna says, is the greatest enemy. Because lust makes us act as we are the body. It creates duality in the mind, attachment and aversion. We are attached to that what gives pleasure to the body. And we don't want what gives pain to the mind. We don't want that. And our whole life we are busy with that. Getting pleasure for the mind and get this pain out. And your whole life you think you are the body. It's madness. Come out of this madness. Krishna says become free. Follow these regulative principles. And have a spiritual practice. The spiritual practice will give you the power to control the mind. And not follow this attachment and aversion in your mind. And it's a big task. But if you chant Hare Krishna and learn this practice under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master is one who did it. If you control your mind perfectly, and you are peaceful, you are liberated. Liberation is only the first stage in self-realization. Only the beginning, liberation. The next stage is realizing Krishna in your heart and in all others' heart, in every atom. And the highest realization is realizing your position that the spirit soul is factually a servant of God. And serving out of love God. That's the purpose of all religion. That's the purpose of the Christian religion. That love thy Lord with all thy heart. That and when we love God, we love everyone, also our neighbor. They are also servants of Krishna. They may not know, but that's what they are. So there's an introduction on how to come to the first stage of spiritual realization. It's just the first stage. But it's a good step to take and become and learn how to become peaceful in life. Any questions? We have a few minutes left. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate your honesty. It's for most of us, this situation. But if you have a good spiritual practice in the morning, and you chant with great attention. Attention means controlling the mind. Chanting means just hearing the mantra, the mantra. And you do it with great concentration, and with the same concentration you hear the scriptures, you do spiritual activities in the morning. That gives you strength during the day to control your mind. At least the beginning is there. That you may become absorbed again in material things, but really it's a strength you have to build up. Like a weightlifter it doesn't start with the big weight, it's little by little every day. But at the end he gets the big weight. That we have to build up our own spiritual strength. That but essentially in that is association with devotees, guidance of a spiritual master. These two things are essential. As long as we don't have that, then and our commitment is weak, we will always fall again in that trap every day. And it takes a while. It's a process of purification. That 1 minute. So purification. You have all the spiritual processes are processes of purification. It's called sattva samsuddhir. So purification means get Krishna in your mind. Krishna, when you have Krishna in your mind, it is like it is said that Krishna in the Upanishads is antiseptic and prophylactic. If you think of Krishna, then your mind becomes purified of these material desires. Gradually, if you have the right inner attitude, it will happen. But it takes a while. It's a process of 20, 30 years before you come to liberation. But every day it goes better, gradually. And Krishna is prophylactic. When you think of Krishna, no new contamination can come in. But the process will only work if you follow these regulative principles. Otherwise you contaminate again your mind. You have to stop this contamination and work on your purification. These two must go hand in hand. And when you do that, then Geldi, I give you an example of my own realization, not that I have big realizations, but it's like 30 years ago, a devotee would come to me and say something nasty against me. I would be disturbed. Sometimes for months, years, I could be disturbed about that. Now, 35 years later, when that happens today, I'm still disturbed. For 5 seconds and then I let it go. You don't take the mind so serious anymore. The attachment is gone. But that is every day a bit. Like every day you look in a mirror and you see, oh, it's the same face. I don't see any difference. But 10 years later you look in the mirror and say, oh, big difference. But day by day you don't see it. That's the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Every day some material desires go. And it's like nothing is changing, but it is changing. that I'm not the same as 30 years ago, not the same as 5 years ago, not the same as 2 years ago. It changes. You become purified more and the more you become purified, the more you feel happy. You control your mind only by engaging in spiritual activities. So your work must also become a spiritual activity. But it's an art to be learned. How to think 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day you have Krishna in your mind. Good. Our time is up. I'm already over time. Thank you for your question. Very nice question. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Deva Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Aarti Kasobham. Deva Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Aarti Kasobham. Jana Vitatavane Jagamanolobam. Jana Vitatavane Jagamanolobam. Kebadake Nainita chant Bame Gadadagam. Kebadake Nainita chant Bame Gadadagam. Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachachadagam. Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachachadagam. Prabhava se Ajay Gaura Chant Ratna Singhasanem Prabhava se Ajay Gaura Chant Ratna Singhasanem Aarti Koranna Brahma Adideva Ganem Aarti Koranna Brahma Adideva Ganem Kebanara Hari Adi Kore Chamaradolaya Kebanara Hari Adi Kore Chamaradolaya Sanyaya Mukunda Vasu Gosatikaya Sanyaya Mukunda Vasu Gosatikaya Kebasanka Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Kebasanka Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Medanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Medanga Bhaje Paramarasala Sankha Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Sankha Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Madhu 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 Bhaje Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Ke Baba O Kote Chandra Jine Vandana Uchvala Ke Baba O Kote Chandra Jine Vadana Uchvala Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Keba Shiva Sukhanagada Premegadagada Keba Shiva Sukhanagada Premegadagada Bhakti Vinota Deke Gaura Sampada Bhakti Vinota Deke Gaura Sampada Keba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aarti Kasoba Jana Vitattavane Jagamagaloba Gorangera Rote Soba Jaga Janamalaloba Gorangera Rote Soba Jaga Janamalaloba Jaga Janamalaloba Jaga Janamalaloba Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachayda Satarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parvakacharya Astatarasarta Srimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada is Kombibiti founder Acharya ki. Jayam Vishnupad Paramamsa Parvakacharya Astatarasarta Srimad. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Guru Parampara ki. Shri Rup, Shri Sanatan, Shri Bhadranath, Shri Prabhupada Bhatta Dasaragunath ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki. Namacharya Shragdas Thakur ki. Prem se karo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavanam Ki Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Ki Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to you and Sri Gauranga. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine Iranya Kasipu Vaksham Silatanka Nakalaye Eto Nishinga Parato Nishinga Yato Yato Yamitato Nishinga Bahe Nishinga Ridaye Nishinga Nishingam Madhim Sharanam Papadam Tavakara Kamala Varena Kam Abduta Shingam Dalita Iranya Kasipo Tanu Bengam Eshavadeta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadesa Are Jai Jagadesa Are Jaya Jagadesa Are Keshavadeta Narahari Upa Jai Jagadesa Hare Jai Jagadesa Hare Jai Jagadesa Hare Jaya Nishingadev, Jaya Nishingadev, Jaya Nishingadev, Jaya Nishingadev. Jaya Palat Maharaj, Jaya Palat Maharaj, Palat Maharaj, Jaya Palat Maharaj. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev ki, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai, Shri Gaura Premanande.
So thank you all for coming today to ISKCON Amsterdam Sunday Feast. First of all, let us thank our lecturer of today, His Holiness Bhakti Prabhava Swami. Please give him a big Haribol. And we don't have to wait for 5 more years before he comes back, because he's already booked for later in this year. So, the cook of today, Bhakti Namrita, give her a big Haribol. And the flower decoration team for this beautiful decoration on the altar. So big Haribol! So our first our first upcoming festival is Radhashtami. It's next week Sunday. It will be integrated in the regular Sunday feast, but with some special attention to Srimati Radharani. And we will have a Harinam also from 1 till 3, starting from Amsterdam Central Station, coming to the temple. And if you want to enjoy more Harinams, next week Saturday, there is a Harinam in Weert, in Limburg, in the south of the Netherlands, starting from 12 till 2. More details about that Harinam you can find in our app group. And if you're not part of the app group yet, then please come to me. Or there is also a QR code in the hall. Just sign yourself up, and you will be always up to date for our programs. So, are there any Dutch-speaking devotees here who have not passed their Guru-disciple course? Yes, you. If you are interested, there is a Dutch initiation course going to happen end of November in Radhadesh. So, yeah, if you are interested, then I can send you the details. Yes, thank you. Are there any first-time visitors here today? Please raise your hands. Okay, we give a small token of appreciation to our first-time guests. So please raise your hands again and say your name if I give you a book.
Krishna Balaram Das.
Krishna Balaram Das. Haribol.
Shivam Hirotra.
Haribol.
Mukul Kaushik. Mukul Kaushik.
Mukund Kaushik. Haribol. Haribol.
Praveen Malhotra.
Haribol.
Santosh Pandit.
Haribol.
Shubham Devkate.
Haribol.
Arjun Kaushik.
Haribol.
Lokesh.
Haribol. Who more? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Prabhu.
Gautam.
Haribol. So I have only Dutch books left. Who is here? So please, who is new? Say your name, but you can get the book in the front. Okay.
Shufali.
Haribol.
Sharda Pandey.
Haribol.
Malati.
Haribol. More here in the back.
Amita Malhotra.
Haribol.
Sudeshna.
Haribol. Thank you for coming. Please come more often. Like I said, if you want to keep up to date with our programs, join the WhatsApp group. And then every Sunday we have Sunday Feast. Every Tuesday we have a program also. From 5 till 5:30 we are reading from His Grace Shyama Prabhu's book, Chasing Rhinos with the Swami, about the first adventures of Srila Prabhupada in the Western world. Followed by Gaura Aarti, and then we have a very nice dinner club where expert cooks are cooking with love for Krishna, of course, but then we enjoy the meal together. So, yeah, you are all very welcome. I don't think we have more announcements. So we will continue with the last part of the program as a prasadam. I want to ask you to make 2 rows over here. So the gentlemen, the Prabhus will sit over here. The Matajis, the ladies over here. And if there's anyone who want to help serving, then please go to the kitchen. Shri Karunanita Gaurachandra ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Jai.